You're listening to Change Your POV Podcast, episode 118, live from Vets Rock.
On this episode of Cigars and Sea Stories and Change Your POV, this is a special combined episode to go through and talk about Veterans Day and the Marine Corps birthday that are both coming up Thursday and Friday of this week, the 10th and 11th, respectively.
Welcome to Change Your POV Podcast, helping you navigate transitions in your life, like entering and exiting college or the military, changing jobs or careers, and providing you with the coaching and mentorship needed to help you advance in your personal or professional life. Sometimes all you need is to change your point of view. Now, here's your host, Eddie Lazary.
Hello, folks. This is Eddie Lazary, host of Change Your POV, and I'm also here with Bennett Tatton. We are live down at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, and we are at the convention center for this awesome party called Vets Rock. So we're here with our nonprofit organization, Warrior Hall, and yeah, man, we're having a great time here. I hope you enjoy this episode. This is a special episode where we combine forces with Change Your POV Podcast and Cigars and Sea Stories. So this episode will be myself, Mr. Michael Penny, and Bennett, and we do a special episode. We talk about Veterans Day, which is today. Happy Veterans to all you veteran listeners out there, and the Marine Corps birthday. So happy birthday to all of our Marine Corps brethren out there. So here you go. Without further ado, by the way, folks, I did not edit any portion of this episode. So if you got little ones out there, you might want to plug their ears or listen to it later when they're not around. Again, unfiltered, combined episode with Cigars and Sea Stories and Change Your POV Podcast. Enjoy.
We've got Michael Penny and Eddie Lazary. What's going on, fellas?
Hey.
How we doing?
It's good to be here.
Hell yeah.
This is a good idea, gents. Doing the combined on this. This is great.
Hells yes.
Yeah.
I tried to reach out to Tim, but I didn't get a response. So I don't know.
Probably putting the fear of God in the young man.
I don't think he has today off. I honestly don't think he has today off. Because him and I had talked. I think he is working today, putting the fear of God into young future Marines.
Nice. Is he?
I hope he does have the 10th off. I hope so. So that he can worship our beloved Corps.
Well, they have their own ball there too, because you realize the actual place where he works it's a Marine Corps based high school.
Right. That he actually went to himself, right?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
For a while. He didn't graduate, or he might have, I don't remember, but he went there for quite a while. So
that's cool, man.
Yeah. So what are you up to this Veterans Day there, Eddie?
Well, man, I'm telling you, we are jam-packed with all kinds of great and wonderful shit.
You ain't bullshit.
Yeah, so tomorrow I am the university that I graduated from, Southern New Hampshire University, is where I got my MBA in project management, and every year they do what's called a Veterans Networking Dinner, and what they do is they start off the night with a networking workshop teaching veterans essentially how to network. And then we go into the dinner portion. In the dinner portion, they invite just a slew of local businesses to come out, representatives of different companies to come out. And then the veterans get to mingle with all these other companies through dinner. So this year I was asked to not only come to dinner and participate in this networking event, but also to actually give the workshop, the hour-long workshop preceding the dinner. So I'm working very diligently, putting together a workshop on networking for all of our the current students of Southern New Hampshire, along with the alumni. And so that's tomorrow. And then this coming Friday, we are doing the Vetch Rocks down in the Mohican Sun in Connecticut. And Bennett and I will be setting up the Warrior Hall booth and partaking in all of that good festivities. And then Saturday, the very next day, is our Spartan race in Fenway. And then Sunday, my wife
which is actually to benefit Warrior Hall.
Yes, we're running a Warrior Hall team through the Spartan race. And then Sunday, my daughter and I are going back to Fenway because we're volunteering at the Spartan race as well. So, like, totally jam-packed week, man. I actually took Monday and Friday off, so it's going to be weird to go back to work for like 3 days. We have all this fun in between, but it's good stuff, man.
And I know while you're at it, you're going to stop and get your free cup of coffee at Starbucks on Friday.
Oh, do they have free coffee on Friday?
They do. They do, my friend.
Oh, shit.
Free,
I didn't know that.
free cup of coffee, man, for being a veteran.
Oh, that's a veterans thing?
Thank you. Thanks for your service.
Well, thank you. No problem. Anytime.
My privilege.
So what are you doing, Penny?
Oh, man. I've got an action-packed week as well, actually. I'm going to be sitting on a panel coming up here in Wilmington at the, oh, good Lord. It's called the Cackalooks.
Oh, my God. You just lost me already.
I was going to say, God bless you. Did you sneeze?
It's a film. It's this film festival in Wilmington, but specifically at the Blind Elephant Speakeasy.
I forgot, dude. Yeah, man. That should be awesome.
Yeah. So the Blind Elephant on the 9th, I'm going to be speaking on a panel in regard to entrepreneurship and, frankly, how it's underserved in that community from a veteran perspective.
Especially in Wilmington.
Especially in Wilmington.
Because one day we're going to own a vacation home there it's going to be the vacation home for wayward Marines and veterans.
Right. So. I plan on waking up there. Yeah. And just being like, hey, this is awesome. So Wilmington is a fantastic startup community. We are looking to bridge more bunker members into Wilmington and get more of a bunker presence in there. So that's one of the reasons why I'll be down there, let alone networking and talking to everybody about Cigars and Sea and whatever else I'm up to. The 10th, I'm probably going to enjoy it at the house, believe it or not. I've got a couple of buddies that I like calling on the birthday, right? I'm the guy who says happy birthday to some folks, right? And then you high-five fellow Marines in public.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, devil dog. Right? It sucks when you're on base. When you're on base, that shit's, don't do that. You know, you can be like, hey, man, happy birthday and stuff like that. It's totally cool. But when you're in the mall, be obnoxious as shit. That's when you have to do it. You got to be like, hey, Marine, yes. Happy birthday, motherfucker. Yeah. Slaying bodies. Another, 240 something. All right, let's do this. Right? You gotta announce it so that the general public knows that you're fucking nuts. And then November 11th, I've got an engagement. November 12th, I'll be speaking on a panel in regard to franchise expos. And then I've got an ethics panel coming up, or an ethics event talk panel. They're all blending together, but it's good. I'm busy.
Wow, man.
But November is always the busiest time of month. And then, the busiest month of the year. And then you go into Thanksgiving right at the tail end of it. I'll be traveling over the Thanksgiving holiday as well. So conversation for another time.
And Bennett, you're going down the big old NYC, right?
Okay, well, this week. So my week starts tomorrow. I am going to the NYC to the Armed Forces Arts in the Armed Forces Broadway show. This is
Adam Driver's, right?
Yeah, this is the all right, so Kylo Ren, our friend from Star Wars, aka Adam Driver, fellow Marine, 03.
Well, which I did watch his TED Talk, by the way. Pretty cool, I gotta say.
Pretty freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought that he did a great job.
It was it's definitely different for sure, kind of like what he's got going on with that, but I really dig it, man.
Yeah, man, that stage performance is freaking
that's really cool.
is great. So So we're going down there. Actually, another fellow Marine and I are going to go. It's Michael Kim,
The Warrior Monk.
The
Warrior Monk. Him and I are going to there, and then we're going to go to the Yale Club after.
Put your finger in the air whenever
I did. Actually,
beverage. You did just
right now. I have it. See, look.
Oh, that's so
All right,
good.
So you hear that? And
I can hear the pinky is up.
It is.
Like I can hear it.
Hell yes.
It's a different. The ice hits differently when the pinky's up.
It's how I eat sandwiches too. The pinky.
Right. You always cut it on the bias.
You got a little Hitler stash going on, Bennett?
No Hitler stash. No stash. But anyway, so that's my Monday. Then I have my regular week until Thursday, which I don't know if anyone has seen or you guys have seen. I set up a little event on Facebook Live that I'm going to at noon for Cigars and Sea Stories and whoever else wants to, all fellow Marines want to join for a Facebook Live event to do a little Marine Corps birthday toast and, I'll give a little talk about the Marine Corps birthday and whatnot, and maybe read the commandant's message.
Yeah.
It'll be like our own little birthday celebration.
Yeah, that's going to be great.
At noon on Thursday, and then Friday, obviously, I'm doing the Vets Rock Expo there at the Mohegan Sun. And that is we are a, veteran service organization. There's a whole bunch of them. We're going to be there with Warrior Hall, a table for Warrior Hall, and talk to all the vets there. There's also the employment part of that. So it's an employment / veteran service organization expo going on all day long from like 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then there's the concert that night. And the concert, the headliners this year there's some other local bands as well, I think, too. But the headliners this year are Madison Rising.
Nice.
Which we have actually had on. Well, we had Dave Bray on the show, who is not former front man of Madison Rising, but their new front man is very good as well, and the band is the same.
Vocalist.
And they're definitely good to go. And he's a veteran as well.
Well, isn't Madison Rising the band that does your intro music to your podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rain Sam.
Indeed.
Nice.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
So you've got Madison Rising. You have Dropkick Murphys.
Hell yeah.
Who are kind of Connecticut, Massachusetts, New England staple. And the big headliner is Godsmack.
Hell yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's some old school. I mean, they actually just put out an album
bigger than mine.
This last year.
Well, we got to make up for it. I don't have a birthday coming up, so.
See, yeah. Well, yeah, but like.
And then Saturday, I do the party here at Eddie too. So.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit there. What are you doing Saturday? You're doing what?
No, I was just saying. And Saturday with Eddie.
Doing all of that fun stuff, all that happy. See, as they're listening to this right now,
Fenway, say it.
Well,
on Fenway, Fenway Pack.
So Bennett, you were breaking up. So this is what it sounded like to the listening audience. It sounded like, I'm doing Eddie Saturday. I'm doing Eddie Saturday. so everyone listening thinks thinks you're doing me Saturday. So.
I am doing you Saturday.
Oh God, do it spoon position with poncho. Am I still breaking? That's what I'm thinking.
This is pissing me off.
That's good.
It's all good.
See, as they're listening to this on November 10th, I'm stark naked except for a campaign cover, cartridge, belt. I'm going to have my Tom Brown tracker knife on a cross draw so that I can read out loud John A. Lejeune's message and then cut my Marine Corps cupcake in two while donning on venison and probably trout, because you need to have a little surf and turf in your diet.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
I can't believe you said Lejeune.
Lejeune.
Lejeune. Lejeune. See, we already said it. So you got to say the Lejeune, because then it's like French.
So Frenchy.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not with the RN. It's Johnny Lejeune.
Lejeune.
Say it, yeah, you gotta say it all Frenchy like. You can't say it Lejeune.
I've got me the La Franche.
I'm gonna get a horseshoe haircut and stand at attention until the next war and say stuff like Lejeune. No. No, you
fucked
don't
up,
do
man.
that. You know, it's
Jesus.
Lejeune. Johnny Lejeune.
So am
We
I
call
still
them old
breaking up?
engine.
No, you're good. I think you're good now.
Well, the problem that we have is I'm living in a house of 9 people right now.
And everyone is on their phones and or other devices, right?
Not just that, you got a bunch of broads around you who are sucking up internet on fucking Amazon all goddamn day. What are they doing?
That's what I'm saying. What
are they doing?
I can't win, and I can't even do a pod. Do you realize the router is literally 4 feet from me? And the fact that I break up from time to time, I want to freak out. But anyway.
It's all good, man.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I can picture your daughters all laid out. They're all like, doing something on their phones right now, just cursing your name like Dad's in the garage. Says that he's working. It's bullshit. It's talking to Marines about blowing people up and stuff.
Yeah.
But, online shopping.
Sometimes. Right.
Text
yeah, they're
messaging.
shopping for their new shit for their new rooms. That's going to happen.
Hey, there you go.
Oh,
Possibly.
so I gotta throw this out there too for anyone listening. I knew I was gonna go do this this event on Friday with Bennett down in the Mohican Sun. So I approached my boss and said, "Hey, I need to request a vacation day for Friday," and she says, "Well, that's Veterans Day," and I said, "Yes, as a matter of fact, it is." And she goes, "Let me check with Human Resources. We may be able to give you a free holiday for Veterans Day since you're a veteran." I'm like, yeah, cool.
Nice.
So she did. She checked with our HR department, and sure enough, my company allows veterans to have a free holiday on Veterans Day if, in fact, the holiday does fall on a weekday. So those of you listening out there, if you are working a regular 9-to-5er and you want Friday off, you might want to stop into your boss's office and say, "Hey, does this company support this type of thing?" And I guess most companies probably would, I would imagine.
My company
you
does
poor
it.
bastards.
My company does it. My company doesn't, and I work for the VAs.
That's awesome.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was going to say.
I have it off.
Did you have to request it off,
doesn't
or is
matter.
it standard?
No, I had to request it off, but that's just because the rest of the VA has it. But because we are
a
the
call
National
center.
Call Center
Yeah.
is open 24/7.
Yeah.
So most of the veterans, actually, I think every single veteran that was slated to work that day has it off.
That's cool.
Hey, now, I'm self-employed, so I've got it off anyhow, but I still wanted to bribe myself anyway. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I made it hard on myself, and then I was like, okay, well, maybe for like a quick little handy, and then before you know it, it just led to tears on the toilet. But it was, I got the day off.
Yeah.
So like, if you guys want to hang out or anything.
Yeah. Well, you should.
Man, we've got anybody. Well, Eddie and I are going to be kind of predisposed, but I always like to put out a little bit of news on the the freebies that are available.
Yeah.
Some of the big freebies. So I'm going to do it anyway. So, just to go through it, Amazon on selected apparel on Veterans Day. I have no idea, but it's selected apparel, 20% off for veterans. Just use the coupon code 20 veterans when you check out on Veterans Day. It's pretty cool, right?
Hell
Wait
yeah.
a minute. Are you posting these, or should I be writing this down?
I'll send them to you if you want me to.
Oh, snap. I want you to send them to the
Or I can add them.
audience.
I'll add them when I do. I can add them when I do the show notes.
That would be
So
superb.
you doing my show notes too there, Bennett?
No,
No. So you better write them down and send them to me.
I will. I'll just write them down and send them to both of you.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
then what it is I tidy up the show notes.
Yeah.
For the Cigars and Sea Stories.
All right.
He does. He tidies them up.
Yeah, he does.
Tidy them up. Cabela's
Cabela's.
5% discount.
Hell yes. Who doesn't like
and
Cabela's?
that's actually in store. So there you go.
okay. Yeah, so you got to specify some of these deals are online only, some are in store only, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
So Carmike Cinemas, Veterans Day, you can go in and with either a military ID or veterans ID, you'll get a free small bag of popcorn. So
nice.
Hey, this better than nothing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
There is a program for free car washes, and that is a nationwide thing. And we'll put that in the notes as well, so you can check that out. I think it's called Grace for Vets, which is a nonprofit organization that, I remember using it before, but hey, you never know. Free haircuts. I know Sports Clips does it, and Great Clips. Okay. Free oil changes. There's a couple different places that do that as well. But you'll have to check with like your local folks.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Applebee's, obviously, they always do like a free dinner type thing. Texas Roadhouse is always one of my favorites to go take advantage of. They're also doing that this year.
See, so what do you got to show in order to get a lot of these discounts when you're in person?
Either like a VA ID. A lot of people just carry a copy of their DD-214 that day.
Well, I only asked because it says veteran on my license.
Yeah, so that would be another government ID. That would absolutely work.
I just bring my 9mm on my hip and say, "Hey, I'm a veteran," and everybody's like, "Cool, man. Here's your coupon." No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that shit.
I ask also because one Veteran Day in the past, I didn't have my ID, so I'm like, "Shit, and I whip open. I've got this big ass Eagle Globe and Anchor, and it says Semper Fidelis in infantry, right? Like, here, I'm a Marine. See? And the guy, the waiter is like, all right, man, you can't be full of shit. Like, there's no way that guy's that committed that he's gonna get a tattoo on his forearm to get free shit on Veterans Day.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe
I guess you never know, right?
Yeah, you never know. There's some
people get
swastikas
tattooed on their forehead. It was that.
So then there's places,
Yeah, military.com has a list of stuff too. If you go to military.com, there's a list of Veterans Day discounts and freebies.
Yeah, there you go. So check it out.
Yeah, man. There's
like places like Publix grocery stores, like 10% discount on groceries and stuff like that. So
yeah, man.
It's really a day that, so I'm not saying.
Well, let me ask
you guys. You had me at Cabela's. Yeah. What's that, Eddie?
Yeah, right.
Let me ask you guys something. So every year, it never fails, all over Facebook, you start seeing everybody, a lot of veterans, mind you, getting butthurt over what's posted because some people get upset and angry when people cannot figure out how to differentiate between Veterans Day and Memorial Day. Have you guys seen that too?
Yeah, I don't understand what's the big deal.
Yeah, I don't
like
either.
what's the how do we not know this already?
Right.
Memorial Day means
how is it not in the name?
Right. Memorial Day means
retarded.
In memory of, memorial in memory of, so probably dudes that have given the ultimate sacrifice, right? And died for their country, Memorial Day. And Veterans Day are actual veterans.
Yeah. Us.
And what's kind of funny though is it makes me laugh because there's also Armed Forces Day.
Right.
But that's Armed Forces Appreciation Day, so that's active duty on unit, right?
Right, but yet a lot of the active duty stuff is also on Veterans Day as well. So it's
Fuck all that bullshit. November 10th is the only holiday I fucking celebrate. Out! Car! You know what I'm saying? Car! Yes. Shut the fuck up. Cut that cake. Let's paint this town red. Woo! When people ask me what the Marine Corps birthday is like, I'm like, well, it's kind of like prom. I'm fucking crack. Woo! It's awesome. Guys bring hookers as fucking dates, okay? This is awesome. Yes.
That is actually true.
That's
Are
not
you
a
serious?
joke at all.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yes. Serious as a heart attack.
Dude, there's been a couple guys.
Fucker.
There's been a couple of guys that have, all right. So how like you heard about what was her name? Well, you had the one girl, the female Marine, brought
Mila
Justin Timberlake.
Kunis.
But yeah, Mila Kunis, but another person brought Justin Timberlake, and he went.
Are you kidding me?
What was the big one last year? What was the big one?
Oh, I don't know.
It wasn't Mila. It was somebody else. Shit.
Selena Gomez or something.
I don't remember. Anyway.
Fuck bringing a celebrity.
Dude, there's guys that have actually brought porn stars.
Yes.
Hell yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just saying.
Oh, dude. And
Just
the debauchery.
Yes.
It's like it's steeped in prestige and everybody standing locked and caught and bam, 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 bam. And then when the ceremony is over, it is debauchery. Las Vegas winces when the fucking Marine Corps birthday ball is over. They're like, oh, shit. Shit is going to be fucked up. After a Marine Corps birthday one time, and I don't know if we had anything to do with it, but the facade on the Bellagio was on fire. I'm just saying. I'm just fucking saying.
So for
I'm not saying whether or not I had anything to do with it.
So for the listeners of Change Your POV podcast, if you haven't figured it out yet, Mr. Michael Penny and Bennett Tanton are both Marines and are very proud of the Marine Corps birthday. So really quick, though, I've been to military. I've been to an Army ball, and I doubt it's anything remotely similar to a Marine Corps birthday party.
It is similar. No, it's similar.
It is?
Shit gets loopy there, too, man.
Okay, so describe for us, if you gentlemen could, just don't divulge anything that's sacred, but just walk us through kind of what is all about.
It's not like a Mason. It's not like a Mason initiation or something. You know what I mean? It's like it's just a lot of fun. Here's what it is it's almost like once the ceremony and the pomp part of it is over, it's almost like rank disappears to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a bunch of dudes having a shit ton of fun with their dates, and you know what I mean? It's just fun, man. So there's dancing and there's a lot of jackassery, I'm not gonna lie, and a lot of alcohol.
So are the balls held at like the company level, the division level, the what size?
Well, it kind of depends.
Does it depend?
What's that? Yeah, it depends on what you're doing and where you're at in the Marine Corps, and what your detachment is, and kind of what the requirements are for the individual unit.
Okay.
Because RSS is smaller like recruiting stations and stuff will do their own thing. But in the fleet, I don't know, it might have been different for you, Bennett, but my first Marine Corps ball was technically my first Marine Corps birthday was in boot camp, right? And then I graduated a couple days after. That weekend, there was a cake cutting ceremony at the RSS station. And then the first Marine Corps ball that I went to was after Ramadi in 2005, and we were in Laughlin. And it also happened to be the same day that we fucking killed Zerkawi.
Nice.
Okay, so they announce post-ceremony, right? So the ceremony, and this was the first time that I got to see Fleet Marines do a ceremony, which was really cool. You have Marines on either side. The cake goes down. The reading of John A. Lejeune's message. It was the 13th Commandant's birthday ball message. And then they cut the cake with an NCO sword, typically. And a piece of cake is given to the oldest Marine present, who then hands it to the youngest Marine present. And then is given to so he's basically the server, the tradition of passing history and what have you on to the younger generation. So the oldest Marine present and youngest Marine present had the first and second piece of cake. That's eaten, so on. Everybody eats cake, blah, blah, blah. And there's dinner in there, and there's all sorts of different talks, and it really depends on
there's usually
what
like
unit
a keynote
you're with.
speech and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So you can
cool,
go
man.
high and right with it, and it can be like a really long, big-ass dinner, or the way better ones are like mess nights.
Yes, the mess nights are a lot of fun.
And
that's where shit gets really stupid. But
yeah, like Laughlin was more of a mess night. That was
second recon was a mess night as well.
Yeah.
We didn't even bring dates.
Is it like Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas at these things?
It's pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty
well,
cool.
And I had a lot. So the next Marine Corps birthday ball was in Vegas. The one after that was in San Diego, which was fantastic. I got drunk as fuck with a warrant officer all over San Diego. That was good. Quantico's birthday, not so much. Maybe around the National Capital Region, it would be.
Although
fun.
I went to a pretty good one last year in Quantico. The problem was it was dry, but that was the Wounded Warrior Project one. But it was at the Museum of the Marine Corps.
See, that's like, oh, dude, go to the Globe and Laurel.
Yeah, the Globe. Well, we went to me, Tim, and a retired colonel. We all went to the Globe and Laurel after.
See, so there you go. Yeah,
and had a drink. It was a blast.
So
or like Patty's out the back gate. Patty's did a Marine Corps birthday ball over there.
Yeah, man.
So what do you guys do? What do you guys do in deployment? Like, what did you guys do when you were deployed overseas, Mike?
So no matter what, everybody celebrates the birthday, even if you're deployed, which we hold very special.
Well, you guys even got a little treat on one of your deployments, didn't you?
On all of them.
Well,
no. 2011 we didn't because I wasn't deployed during the birthday, but 05. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, in 05,
the beers, right?
Right. So when we were overseas, we had the Marine Corps birthday, but we couldn't have like a birthday ball, obviously. So we had a makeup ball in Laughlin that year. But in 05, I don't think that we had beers. We might have, but we definitely did a cake cutting ceremony in the whole 9 yards, and we got steak and lobster, which was unbelievable.
They pretty much almost always when you're deployed, and if there's a way to make it happen, they do surf and turf. It's kind of a tradition, hence the Marine Corps nature. It's land, sea, blah, blah. Yeah. So the surf and turf is basically what's served at almost every Marine Corps ball.
And that's cool.
And then in 07, we each got 2 beers, which was nice because it was like right as we were going home. So it worked out. And 2 beers when you haven't had any alcohol for 7 months is pretty nice.
Yep. But you can have all the. Now, let me ask you. This is something else that I've never, because I never deployed in mass in the Marine Corps. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So, like on a fob, do they have near beer?
Yeah.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
The Army, because in the Army they did.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Bosnia, we had near beer, and I drank the shit out of it.
So in the Marine, yeah, yeah, no, we did too. I mean,
just because I really like beer.
We definitely did. See, it was weird though because you got to remember, no one ever asked me where'd you stay in Ramadi and all of this other stuff. Guys who have been there before, we just tell each other, hey, I was on Hurricane Point or I was on HP, which was different. If you're on Blue Diamond was like a hooked up Army base. Camp Ramadi it's called Junction City, so it's like an ISAF base essentially. There are just a bunch of forces there. Hurricane Point was only controlled by our battalion. So it was like our battalion HQ, weapons company was there, and then we had, line units would rotate through there as their FOB, home away from home, out to the city in the various units. I paint that picture because on the Marine Corps birthday in 05, we had it to where the line units were being rotated through the log train, and we were hiding an extra 2 or 3 7-ton in the log train, right? Not hiding, but they fell into the log train. And so it was the routine, essentially, but we were getting the line units back so that they could have steak and lobster, which I thought was pretty cool. So they would rotate through there, and everybody got near beer and shit like that. Yeah, man, you could drink cases of that shit and not get drunk. I know.
Oh yeah, man. But but at the end of the day, if you like beer, like I actually like the taste of it. Like I just like
gross.
We had a guy
we would bring back me and a couple of my buddies would just bring back we'd grab like one of the flat pallet things of like a case of near beer and just take it back to our freaking when we were in Bosnia. That shit was hysterical. Dan Tolbert, my buddy, and I don't know if he's ever listened to this shit. he was in the army with me in Bosnia, and he was a squid prior to that. And actually, I don't know if he's still doing it, but he's got a really freaking cool job on the outside down in Alabama. He was working for NASA as a safety diver for the astronauts in the when they do the shit in the pool.
No
you know?
shit.
Yeah, man. So I don't think he's doing it anymore,
cool.
but what a badass job. Talk about cigars and sea stories.
Sweet.
Dan, Mr. Tolbert's got some freaking stories, man. It's good shit.
So it's been 11 years since that combat deployment in 2005. So I can safely say that I had a snoot of alcohol downrange and nobody got hurt. We were fine. But we had a guy who he got a big ass Listerine bottle in every package. Every package had a giant.
And it wasn't
thing of
Listerine,
mouthwash.
was it?
It was not Listerine.
No, hell
it was
no.
It was every ounce of it was vodka
Everclear.
with just enough food coloring in it.
Hell
And
yeah.
Well,
the
have the
whole
grog
bottom,
bowl.
the whole bottom of the freezer was this Listerine shit, and then he lined it with pizzas, those shitty microwavable pizzas that nobody ever eats.
Yeah.
Because they're like cardboard. It was perfect.
Yeah, but you eat the shit out of it.
Well, you have to.
'Cause-
I mean, we used to heat those things up in an ammo can fire, dude. The shit fucking sucked, man.
You didn't even
Yeah.
wipe. You didn't even wipe the ammo can out first either, did you?
No, probably not. Probably not. It was bad. It was like cardboard and trash for a fire. Yeah, it was bad. No, dude, one time I come out back and, well, it was earlier on in the deployment. I came out back and the guy had a Listerine bottle that was like getting passed around, and I kind of sort of didn't really know what the fuck was going on. And he was like, "You're not going to tell anybody," and hands it to me. I'm like, "What the fuck? Why are we drinking Listerine?" Like, I knew guys in SOI who did this, but this is just stupid. Why am I? Oh, wow. Oh,
It's like
that's
doing
vodka.
whippet. It's like you're popping out whippets or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what is it? Right. And I'm just like, oh my God, that's fucking straight up vodka.
Yeah.
Just, there's no, that's, He's like, God damn, he's blowing bubbles in it. Come on now. What the fuck? You know, like, ah.
Yeah.
So on the birthday, he was passing that around, and one guy blew it across the fire, which was cool.
When I was in Iraq, we used to have same thing. Guys would get care packages with little special shit in them, but but we didn't really rely on that because my particular troop was always out on the route. That was our job. We were outside the wire all the time, every day, and we were in and around the local populace and in and out of stores, and we would stop and buy like the local loaves of bread from the bakery, and then we'd buy like the local alcohol and shit. We weren't supposed to, but
Of course not.
yeah.
Just like we weren't supposed to buy Czechoslovakian Pilsner on patrol and freaking,
Yeah.
or should I say, exchange MREs for alcohol.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what really happens, folks.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, in Bosnia, they make really good plum brandy. Just saying.
Yeah, they had some. I don't even know what it's called, but they had some crazy ass alcohol over there in Iraq, man.
It's called fucking chronic.
Oh, dude, I don't think that shit would be legal in the States, man. Yeah.
And that's that little. You guys know who Little John is? The rapper Little John.
Yes.
And you know how he's got that fucked up goblet that he's always carrying around, right?
Yeah,
He's
it's
got
crunk
juice
cup.
and shit. It's
Pimp
crunk.
cup.
That motherfucking shit. That's what you're drinking. It's whatever goes in that cup.
Yeah.
That's what you're drinking overseas. That
Oh my
crunk juice
God.
shit. Just
That's
saying.
awesome. Yeah, hooch. Oh my God. Ugh.
Ooh, lit. Hoop.
Yeah, man.
Best Marine Corps ball I ever went to was in Myrtle Beach.
Get out of here.
That shit got a little loopy. We had a shit ton of. We had a guy who had gone from. He had been a Marine, but he went to the Army and went into Special Forces. So he came, and I'm not going to give his name, but he brought down a couple of Special Forces buddies too, And so they fit right fucking in, man. That's all I'm saying. So you had probably a dozen special forces guys, and about 3 dozen Marines unleashed on a hotel in Myrtle Beach. Oh my God, with dates, and it was just a lot of fun, dude. Lots of fun.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's what folks don't necessarily understand.
And it's like we say lots of fun, but we can't go into that shit. You can't talk about it.
Well,
it's not like we're having it's not like we're having like hedonistic shit or like, weird sex stuff, and
sure.
It's not like we're like.
I mean, there is some weird sex.
Maybe that shit might happen later on, but I'm just saying.
Listen,
it's not like it's not happening in the ball. You understand what I'm saying?
But you might wake up with duct tape on your ball sack. You just might, though.
With all kinds of shit written all over you. I'm just saying, it's not like it hasn't happened, but dude, yeah. So
well, and it's like, okay, look, there's 2 factors, in my opinion, that go into whether or not the birthday ball is going to suck. A is the location. Okay, and by that I just mean, it's everything. It's all encompassing. The state, the city, whether or not it sucks there in general. I mean, and what I'm saying is I had a birthday ball in Fredericksburg and it sucked.
I bet.
Just did.
Probably.
But it's also the hotel itself, because it doesn't really matter where you're going to have the ball ceremony. Afterwards, you're basically going to have a hotel party, and some of you are going to go out on the town.
The after party.
Kind of the thing. And then you're going to come back to the hotel party. So some of them are going to have multiple hotel parties on different floors, which is why I say that it's like a prom on crack, because these are all like 20-somethings having multiple hotel parties in one hotel.
Let's also say that there is a dependent part of this, which is MOS dependent.
Yeah. There you go.
Because I guarantee you a battalion of support Marines aren't going to kick it off like a bunch of O3s.
Fresh home.
You know what I'm saying? Like headquarters battalion, 2nd Mar Div is not going to have the same sort of ball that like 2nd Marines is going to have.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or 8th Marines, or just choose a fucking infantry battalion. You know what I mean? Or a regimental ball. Oh my God.
Never did a regimental ball. We always did battalion.
Yeah. So, I mean, most of them are battalion.
But
there is a division ball. There is, but there's also the ball that happens in DC with the Commandant.
Yeah. There are multiple birthday balls.
Different levels, different. Yeah.
And there's a lot of balls that like local recruiting commands will have that, like you'll have a ton of civilians there too.
So let me ask you, what about veterans now? I mean, you guys still, everything that I'm hearing you guys talk about sounds like all happened while you guys were in. Do you still go to balls, or do veterans have the opportunity to go to Marine Corps balls, or is it called something different?
Absolutely. Because once a Marine, always a Marine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to that ball last year.
Oh, they do?
And Tim, even though he's retired, Tim's a retiree, he wore his blues.
Yeah.
The other friend of mine, Colonel Khan, wore his blues.
So that's the thing. That's the other thing that Marines have the opportunity to do, is even after you're out, you just need to maintain military appearance and professionalism.
Right. You have to maintain the standard. And as long as you show, it's not like you can show up in your blues with a beard.
Right. Okay.
It's like Penny would have to shave.
Yeah, I'd have to shave, get a haircut.
Just to call him out, I love that picture that Wade Spann has up on Facebook.
Yeah, I saw that.
In full dress blues with this epic, nice, awesome beard that he's rocking.
See, and that's totally cool, but like you couldn't show up to the Marine Corps birthday ball like that.
Absolutely not. But once again, it's once a Marine, always a Marine. So that is a title, actually, and it's by congressional order, right?
Yeah.
That we are embedded with that title for the rest of our lives, Marine. So we can actually put it on a business card. We can put it anywhere. You know what I mean?
That's cool, man.
Yeah, fuck Esquire. I'm putting Marine out there.
Marine.
Oh, shit.
Right? It's not going to be JD. It's going to be SF. That's just what it said. Michael J. Penny, comma SF. Like, what's that mean? Semper Fidelis, motherfucker.
Well, you see, SFMF.
Right?
Which stands for Semper Fi, motherfucker.
Oh, Jesus.
Hell yes.
Grunt Style just put out a T-shirt.
Said Semper Fi, motherfucker.
It says SFMF.
Nice.
And then in the thing that I saw, it says, if you don't understand this, just ask a Marine.
Yep.
Hell yes.
Yep.
So,
No.
Yeah, but so Veterans Day, man.
Yeah, no surprise that our Warrior Hall T-shirts for Spartan Race is red, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Hell
yeah.
Well, that's
Plus,
the
it
other
just
thing.
gives everyone the opportunity to wear them on Fridays, Red Fridays.
Yep. Amen.
So
brother.
one of the things that I love about the Marine Corps birthday also, and this goes back to, you got to be obnoxious in the mall. Be like, Marine birthday, rah, right? Is because we're so small. People are like, why do you even say like the few, the proud, and all this other stuff? Like, I always hear Marines. I know Marines. You guys are everywhere, and it's like, yeah, we don't. What are you talking about? We're not punk bitches.
Right.
Like, we let you know what's up.
But we're everywhere because we're the most vocal about it.
Yeah. You're not
Right,
You're not
right,
everywhere.
exactly.
You're not everywhere in numbers. You're everywhere in volume.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So the thing is on the birthday, even though you're not yutting and shutting wherever you're going, like I'm not going on a moto run this November 10th. That ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? But like, you get to renew that esprit de corps. So even if you're not feeling it this year, it's no problem. There's going to be another November 10th, and I guarantee that the Marine Corps is going to be there for it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yeah, I get it. Like, some guys will circle away from the tribe. I've got buddies who burned their dress blues when they left the Marine Corps.
And they're fucking regretting it now. I guarantee it.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
Probably.
Like this weekend, there's a ton of Marine Corps balls.
Yeah.
There's going to be a ton next weekend too, but there's a lot this weekend, and that's one of the cool things too, is the Navy corpsmen get involved. And
that's cool.
And I mean, you really do. Even Army guys, like I've had a ton of Army guys, like they just, especially some of the local balls. So it's usually put on by either Marine Corps leagues or things like that. They kind of turn them into a Marine Corps / veterans ball.
Yeah.
So if you ever have the opportunity, and maybe next year we should all get together.
Hell yeah, I'll go.
And go and maybe I know I won't be wearing shit, but you know what? Maybe I'll wear like one of those suits where we can put like our ribbons on and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I've got them right here, actually.
Right, I know. I've seen you wear them before, Mike.
Yeah.
But, like Tim last year, man, homeboy dressed up in his alphas. That shit was awesome. His dress blue alphas looking like fucking the bow tie, looking like the man.
Oh, yeah.
Master Sergeant freaking Parkhurst.
Right.
Freaking
He had on his
jump
evening
wing,
dress.
his freaking jump wings, the whole shit. It's the
Dude,
bomb.
don't tell him I said this, but he looks fucking scary without his beard down, man. Like, his beard turns him into like this old softy Santa Claus looking
Kind of like a cuddly
jovial.
Ewok.
Yeah, like an Ewok.
Like a cuddly Ewok,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I saw him wearing his 8-point in that picture when he started that school, and without his beard, and I was like, oh my god, I would not want to run to that guy into a dark alley somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Fucking tear your ass up.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
I love Tim
Jesus.
Parkhurst.
And then he's like, "This is my happy face."
One of my favorite people. One of my favorite people on earth. That fucking guy.
Oh yeah.
I love him. I love him to death.
Yeah. So you guys are lucky. You guys get the Marine Corps birthday rolls right into Veterans Day, so you can basically just tear it up every year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like an entire week long celebration.
Oh man, hell yeah!
It really is. Well,
so next year we should do that shit. We should find a centralized ball.
Yeah.
And we should all go.
Hell yeah!
It'd be a
Go to
blast.
Philadelphia.
You know where we should go? Or either Philly or go to one in New York City.
Oh, New
There's
York
a
City.
killer one in New York City, dude.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Let's do it.
I'm down.
Yeah,
Down
man.
to ride.
It's actually put on by a bunch of guys that I know.
Well, let's
So-
throw down the gauntlet right now. We got a year.
Yeah.
Throw it down. Let's do it.
The other
A year
thing,
to
I would
throw
like to
this
do
away.
the Marine Corps Marathon next year if you guys are all game.
Where's that at?
I'm
New
not
York
saying
too?
run it. Not saying no. That's in DC.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying run it. I'm saying at least hump it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know I'm
with-
doing it.
with
My
some-
wife is going to do it.
with the old rucksack?
It looks like, yeah, because it looks like Warrior Hall is actually going to get picked up as one of the charities that you can donate to.
Oh, cool. Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's ruck it. I ain't running. I'll ruck it.
Yeah, no, we'll ruck it. I mean, we can ruck it. Just throw on a 30, 40, 50 pound rucksack
Yeah.
and walk the 26.2 and make like a weekend out of it and
Yeah,
just
man.
rock it out. I know my wife is already in.
Cool. Let's do it.
So,
that's epic.
let's do that shit.
Hell yeah.
I know. Have you talked to Chris Downbach, Mike, or not?
No, not yet.
Because I thought he was doing it this year.
There you go.
I don't know if he went down or not because it was last weekend was the Marine Corps Marathon. So
Yeah. Well, and that's what's fun about this time of year also is sometimes, I mean, it happens every year. Every November is always the busiest month out of the year. At least it is for me. I
yeah,
don't know about you guys, but that, and then it goes into Thanksgiving, the holidays, and everything else. And then it hits the doldrum of the holidays.
Yeah.
I'm just that guy.
Me too.
But yeah, it's like November is my chunk to where I get together with all of my buddies anyhow because it's hunting season.
it's because like December, your ass is headed to freaking Pottersville
Ugh.
to Illuminati.
Not
shit in
this
Central.
year. I put a baby in the old lady this year. We ain't going nowhere.
So is your family coming down?
Yeah. We ain't
Is
going
the family
nowhere. Where
now,
are
let me
you
ask
going?
you: does your brother come out for the holidays, or does he stay out in Denver?
No, he comes out. Yeah. I mean,
So,
you
You should have
it's one of
everybody
those
in
things.
North Carolina this year.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm moving also. Remember?
Oh,
So I'll
I
have
forgot.
excitement
Shit,
through that
December.
time
I
of year.
forgot about that shit.
Yeah. It's gonna be good. I found a house that I really want to move into, but I don't want to jinx it. So we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, shut yourself.
See, this is what Veterans Day is all about.
Oh,
Hanging
shit.
out with you guys.
Well,
Yeah, man.
thanks, gents. I thought this was a really great idea to pull forces together for our special Veterans Day episode. I enjoyed it. I know the listeners that Change Your POV are gonna definitely enjoy it. Something different we've never done before.
Yeah, they might complain that there's too much swearing though.
Well, we'll put a little caveat.
I'm just kidding.
I'll put a caveat at the beginning of the show and say, all right, well, you know what? Screw that. This show is explicit for a reason.
Oh, exactly.
You don't like
And
this shit,
either
then
way,
turn it off. Go listen to something else.
it is what it is. I
Yeah,
love
man.
Just hanging out.
it. No, it is what it is. We swear in every freaking episode. So
Every single time. Yep. And our sponsors like that, which happen to be veteranslist.us, Spartan Media. We're a proud member of Heroes Media Group Network. Check all of those guys out. You see what I did there? I just
Yeah,
kind of
just rolled into it.
Oh, well,
But Eddie, you got a couple too.
I
Roll into
I
it.
do. So, well, one, I'll just promote one, and that's Mountain Up. So you can check out all kinds of military apparel by going over to changeyourpov.com/Mountain Up. And when you're at checkout, grab yourself the 10% discount code GOOD10, GOOD10, for 10% off your total purchase. And 'tis the season, folks. Everyone's out there looking for Christmas gifts and stocking stuffers and things like that. So, yeah, man, check it out. Mountain Up. It's good stuff.
He's
Hell
even
yeah.
got Marine Corps swag.
Yeah, they do.
So
gotta love it.
just
Well,
saying.
what do you think, folks?
I think it was a good one, man. I think we should.
Nice.
I think we should do this every year. Have like a special Veterans Day. Maybe it'd be better next year to do like an after party, kind of like this is what we did for Veterans Day, and this is how bad we don't want to remember Veterans Day.
Like a hangover.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, there you go.
Cool.
All
And
right,
on that
guys.
note, right to the music. We're out. Wow. I've had a cough for a while.
Damn.
Oh, it's there. Dude, this cold is almost done with.
Thanks for listening to Change Your POV podcast with Eddie Lazary. Check out more content by going to changeyourpov.com. And remember, your ability and willingness to change your point of view will open doors of opportunity.